It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jets and the Steelers under the lights on Sunday night.
At the convergence of the Ohio Alligator. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And the nightcap to a busy Sunday has begun. Xavier Gibson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Rodgers here from the gun. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Rodgers. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. Leading them out, a man in his 13th NFL season and rising quickly up the career leaderboards, Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Harris once more. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The visitors and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball. Go right over their head.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hall running between the tackles. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. On the quick slant, it finds Adams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. We give to Hall on the draw. And he's brought down for a loss.
Okay, I got to give some kudos to that defense right there. Sometimes as an offense, you think you can outsmart those guys on the other side. But that defense, they were dialed in for that draw.
So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein headed out. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Wilson with it on 1st. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Finds his target, Patterson. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 21. Conklin brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a give to Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. To throw, Rodgers. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. To the left sideline, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets stretch their early lead to 9. Mike Williams, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Cordero Patterson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense getting all set for this series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here we go, 2nd and very long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Able to hit Patterson, complete. And he's gonna get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Rodgers set to pass. Finds his target home. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended target. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Staying on the ground with Harris. Oh, the football's loose. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. Wilson now off the play action. To the sideline, and it is caught. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Wilson looking to throw. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. From the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only a yard on that pickup, and it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 9. Russ now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Russell Wilson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Israel Abanikanda on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First down, Rodgers. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's Hall. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Rodgers will look to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and short. Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. Cordero Patterson to return for the Steelers. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. Now this offense getting set to work here. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll start with a give to Harris. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Wilson now from the gun. Austin's there to haul it in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. On the quick slant, it finds Adams. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Looks like a pickup of 2, and now they've got 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky deadline, without that ball being tipped, we were looking at the big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense getting set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10, give to Harris. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. First carry for the versatile vet, Cordero Patterson. And he takes this ahead to the 40-yard line before going down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Russ setting to throw. That throw finds Pickens. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. They'll try to run it with Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And they make this stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Ross off the play fake. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers with the football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Wilson. This finds Austin complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Ross is cooking again. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers get some late points and the lead. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
Kickoff taken at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. The Jets take their 1st time out. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Throw complete to Williams. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. From the gun, it's Hall. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. Thomas Morstead on the punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. To throw, here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Russ is going to cook here. To the left sideline, complete.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Once more, it's Wilson. That one is caught, left side of the field. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw again. He's on the move. He can run it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Back to throw it. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Harris gets it on the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7. Russ now from the gun. Caught by Freiermuth. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he's tackled for a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now an inside handoff to Harris. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he drops it in the end zone. The look was there on 3rd down, but instead it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now here comes the New York offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Mike Williams on that throw. And now they face 2nd down. To throw, Rodgers. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. The Jets get there and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting? You know, he's not going to be happy the catch was almost made, but he's going to be thrilled that he broke it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Let that other guy know he just roughed him up and lost a big catch.
The Jets get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, Kate. Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. 3rd and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
No return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Steelers, down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. 1st down, here's Russ. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw from Wilson. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Harris once more. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Going right side, Harris with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Got Washington, it's complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Wilson now from the gun. The throw is caught. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Ross off the play fake. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers make it a 16-point ball game. George Pickens the touchdown. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Wilson's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
2nd and 10 now. That's complete to Wilson. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. I'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This will be caught by Adams. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein headed out. First field goal was good. His 2nd look from inside of 45 yards. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Greg Zuerlein gonna try to knock this through for the Jets. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the gap closes to 14 points. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Finds his target, Patterson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He'll get this to Jefferson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
On first down, it's Wilson. Fires down the middle, and it is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Russ is gonna cook here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up. Running behind center with Harris. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Harris. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Looking for it with Warren. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Wilson out of the pistol. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers have likely locked up the win right there. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets out to begin another drive. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Off play action, Rodgers. Over the middle, caught. Complete pass. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Got him in, over the middle, complete. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Able to hit home, complete.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. To throw, Rodgers. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets get it back to within 2 possessions. Mike Williams, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. That one right down the middle. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
A give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Russ now from the gun. Got a man over the middle. Complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Wilson now from the gun. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll hand it off to Harris. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets' side. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers close to picking up their 5th win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Najee takes this one. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And this one does not go far. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. The Steelers set to punt it. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now. It's taken in by Williams. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Here he is to throw. He'll get this one to Adams. And they'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds. Looking to throw it. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. To throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now to throw. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, fourth down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. And they'll kneel this down. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Lining up to take a knee on second down. And he's going to take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
And they'll take a knee. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from